Hello, my name is Jacob McGee, and I'm about to begin my narrative speech. Would you want a loved one to get into a car crash? I can remember coming home after school with my mom rushing out of the house in a bag packed, and a panicked expression painted all over her face. "Where are you going, Mom?" I asked. Little did I know what she was about to tell me would be some of the scariest words I would ever hear. My dad had gone into a major car accident driving home from work, and she had to leave for a hospital that was 2 hours away. After our short encounter, she got into the car and left. This is a story about how my father got into a car crash and how it impacted my life and how he influenced me to work hard and to never give up. I don't remember much from that day. It was all a blur of confusion and worry. I had to explain to my younger brother what was happening, even though I hardly knew what was going on myself. It was just me, my younger brother, and my older sister. Later that night, my mom called us and explained the situation in greater detail. When my dad was driving home, a car of teenagers who were driving irresponsibly crashed into my dad's car, causing him to swerve into the next lane into an oncoming RV. He had been taken to a hospital in Springfield, Missouri, by a helicopter for emergency surgeries. By the time I got back from school, everyone already knew. The story had been in the newspaper and was read by everyone. Teachers, friends, and coaches gave me their dearest condolences. The next day, my sister, my brother, and I left for school to finally visit my dad in the hospital. The 2-hour drive from Mountain Home, Arkansas to Springfield, Missouri was one of the longest, most nerve-wracking drives I've ever experienced. Walking to the hospital, I had no idea what to expect. Seeing my dad in the ICU made my heart sink. I could hardly recognize him through the medical equipment, bandages, and injuries. I couldn't talk to him because he was unconscious and unable to speak. My dad's injuries were so severe, his recovery lasted months. My dad was going through 5 major surgeries since the accident. He had to stay in a wheelchair for months before he was strong enough to move on to crutches. He was too weak to walk on his own. We had to help him with daily tasks that he could no longer perform by himself. It would have been easy for him to give up, but he never did. He began to slowly start gaining the strength to do things on his own. Each day he got stronger and stronger until finally he was able to walk. He began to walk around the house, but moved on to taking my dog on walks, exercising, and lifting weights. He will never be the same as he was before the crash, but he has worked so hard to become stronger. My dad inspired me. He showed me that no obstacle is too great to overcome. If he could get through one of the greatest setbacks of his life, I can do just about anything. I can find strength and courage in the worst times and work so I never give up. As I conclude my speech, I would like to use this story as an inspiration to you all. My dad overcame a major obstacle in his life. He could have taken the easy road, which would have been to take a long and slow recovery, but he didn't. He fought and worked so hard to be able to get back up on his feet in as little time as possible. He inspired me to never give up, and I know he would want the same for everyone else who hears about his victory.